Now here there is a defined rules for rounding the counted absence, meaning that like if you are apply for something, like if you apply for 6 hours or 5 hours of vacation or 3 hours, how do you want to count that particular absences? Basically this rounding comes if there is a decimal point like 1.5, 1.75. How do you round? Do you want to round up or down? So I have created a rounding rule called like zenith rule, if you see here, meaning that if the lower limit is 0.5, upper limit is 1.5, then round it to 1. If it is 2 to 2.5, then it should be 2. So basically I am rounding into the one value. So if it is the range like 0.5 to 1.5, the target value is 1. This rounding rules only comes basically when there is some decimal places. Now I am counting the rules. Okay, so basically I have to define in the counting rules because I have to count the absences. What do you mean count the absences? Means whatever the hours the employee is applying, so the system will count that particular absences. So let me see what I have defined here. Employees 1, persons 09. So I have given probably this one. Yes, yeah. So I have defined a counting rule. So counting rule has certain entries to be filled up. The first one is employee subgroup for time quota types, which we already defined the group in 1. It means those employee subgroups for which the same absence quota is applicable. Second one is personal subarea grouping for time quota types. Third one is you have to give some number for the counting rule. What number I have given? 001, and I am giving a sequential number. What is sequential number? One counting rule can have many sequential number. Why? The conditions could be different, right? Because this sequential number 1 is having so many conditions. The same counting rule can have the sequential number 2 but with different setup here. So counting rule can be same but sequential number could be many. Now let us see what I have created in this sequential number 1. I am telling this rule is applicable for all the days like weekdays as well as weekends, and also I have just checked mark all the holiday classes, all the day types, the counting classes, the daily work schedules. I am just checking every box because I am telling okay this is applicable for all. And also I am telling if the number of hours is equal to 0, meaning that if the day is off, this rule should be applicable. And if the planned hours is greater than 0, which means normal day, so this rule is applicable. Also I am giving a condition like if it is less than 1 day, if the employee is applying a leave for less than 1 day, just now I told you employee can apply leave for 5 hours, so this rule is applicable. Even if the employee is applying for full day, this rule is applicable. Now what is quota multiplier? Quota multiplier is that if the employee is taking 1 day leave and if the company policy is that okay only half day should be deducted from his quota, from the vacation, then you have to enter 50%. So this percent will basically deduct the particular amount from the quota. So I told you like if I have 10 days of vacation, now if I am applying leave for one vacation for 1 day, and if I give 50% here, then from the quota only half day will be deducted and my quota balance will be 9.5. So this quota multiplier is very important. So now an employee can apply leave either in hours or in days, because in some companies the vacation quota are in days. Like in my company the quota is basically on number of hours. In some companies it is based on number of days. So I am putting the same conditions for both the sections. So this is basically the counting rule. Done. So what is counting rule? Counting rule is used how to count the absence depending on the condition, because you have so much of conditions here. Like the system goes and check each condition. So if you are applying vacation on Sunday, the system sees okay this guy is applying vacation on Sunday. What is the condition? Oh, is equal to 0. Okay, this rule is applicable. So that makes sense for the counting rule. Now after you create a counting rule, you have to assign the counting rule to the absences, because you first created the absence type, right, and then you created the counting rule. But how will the system know that counting rule which you have created is applicable to this absence type, whatever you have created? Like I have created Zenith leave. Zenith leave is the absence type I have created, and I have created a counting rule for the same absence type, but the system still doesn't know that whatever the counting rule I have defined is for that particular absence type. So this place, assign counting rules to absence type, this IMG will basically link both of them. So I am clicking on this and going to subgrouping 09. So I'm basically looking for my absence type, which is Zenith leave. I'm going to the details here. If you see, this is my grouping, this is the absence type. Now I have assigned my counting rule. So this counting rule I have assigned here. What was that counting rule? 001. For which employee subgroup? Employee subgroup grouping 1 and personal subgroup grouping 09. So I believe it is somewhere here. So this was the counting rule. Now I am saving. So what I have done, I have assigned the counting rule to this absence type. Now this counting rule itself has all the conditions, like whatever I have tick marked on those check boxes and whatever the conditions I have given, this counting rule holds all that information. Now I save it, go back. Now I have created absence type. Now let me go to PA30. I am going to PA30. This is the screen. Now this will be the initial screen. Now you know the info type number, I told you 2001. When you press enter, it will show you the name of that info type, which is nothing but absences. Now when you create an absences, what it will do, basically it is asking you which particular type of absence you are applying. I told you, right, this will become the subtypes, because absence types could be sick leave, vacation, educational leave, it could be any. So now what are you doing? Basically you are picking whatever the absence type you have defined, like Zenith leave. I want to apply this leave. Now this screen came up. Now I am applying on 20th April on 20th April. My absence type is ZALV. Calendar days is 1. Absence date 0. Why? If you enter, it is giving me a hard error. What it is telling? This day is during non-working period, meaning that when we created the absence type, we have given the system reaction E, error, to throw error if a person is applying leave on a day off, and 20th April is basically Sunday, which is a day off, so it is giving me an error. Let me put back to Monday. So I am putting to Monday. So it says only records of less than 1 day allowed for absence type. What does it mean? Only records of less than 1 day is allowed. So if you go to the configuration here, go to absence type here, go to your grouping here, and Zenith leave here. See, the minimum duration I am telling, I should tell 1 day, and maximum duration is 999. So this setting you should enter, because if you don't enter, it means 0 day, like no duration. So if you press F1, it will tell you the details, like, you know, what is 001, if they are shorter than 1 day or greater than 1 day. So I am putting 001 and maximum duration is 999. I am saving it up. Now I am going back to my screen here. I am pressing enter. Just a second. Let me go back to the screen here. See, now it allowed me. So it says, why is it telling 7.50? If you recall the daily work schedule, my daily working time for this employee is 7.5. So it deducted 7.5 hours. So calendar days is 1. absence days is 1, payroll days is 1, payroll hours is 7. So how it neatly like clarified, hours is 7.50 and days is 1. This is how you basically create the absence type. Okay, so I hope you understood. And also, like, you know, you can play around with this other configuration what I told you, like if you go to the counting rule here and no, not this one, so let me go back. What is, yeah, if I go to the counting rules here and go to the my counting rule, which is basically this one, so you can play around normally, like, you know, if it is I'll put 50 days here, 50%, sorry, here 50% here and 50% here. So I'm giving 50%. I'm saving this counting rule here. So this counting rule is already assigned to the absence type, so you don't have to worry about that. Now I'm going here, pressing enter. The moment I pressed enter, see, it is calculating to 4 hours. Why? Because I have given 50%. See, payroll days is 50. Even though the absence days and calendar days are 1, but this absence counting, who is basically looking? Payroll is looking, because payroll is the main key which is paying the amount to the employee, right? So even if the person applied for 1 day full day leave, but payroll is just taking only half day, means it is still paying for the remaining half day. And this is basically depending, I mean, this is basically important in some companies where the policy says if the employee apply for full day, the payroll should only deduct half day. Even though if you see the screen, the days are 1, but payroll section says the hours are 4 and the payroll days are only 5. Why? Because in the counting rule we have given the multiplier as 50%. So this ends how to create absence type, how to create counting rule, how to assign the counting rule to absence type, and how to create the absence type. And you have also seen the system reactions which I was talking about. Hope you enjoyed this class. Thank you.